Welcome back to Talk of the Town. With me now is Thomas Dowling with Aegis Capital Corporation. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, so let's talk a little bit about you. Tell us about yourself and about Aegis Capital.
Well, my wife and I, we moved here about 4 or 5 years ago from New York.
Okay.
Actually, my wife was on your show a couple of
Yes,
months ago.
she was.
We were talking about it, Dina Paradiso, Modern Barn.
Modern Barn. Little
So-
plug for Modern Barn, just real quick. Okay.
Always. And it was originally supposed to be temporary, actually, which I think is pretty, I'm hearing that that's somewhat common here, and then we liked it so much that we decided to make it permanent. And, we enjoy it. We have 2 kids. One is 8, actually turned 8 2 days ago.
Oh, happy birthday. What's his name?
Michael.
Happy birthday, Michael.
And he would be very upset if I said he was 7, because he wants to be 8.
Of
badly.
course.
Yeah. And then another one is 13, and they both go to Hilton at prep, so they're very active in academics and athletics, so they keep us busy.
Yeah, they do, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, moving here from New York, what do you like about it so much, as much, and what is keeping you here?
Well, besides the people we met, because we met a lot of good people, it's not having to travel an hour and a half commuting to and from the city.
Yeah.
So that's 3 hours out of my day.
Right.
It's tough driving to the train, getting on the train, taking the subway. It's an hour and a half each way. So I enjoy being able to spend more time. I mean, I work at Wexford Village. That's where my office is. And it takes 15 minutes to get there. And then if there's an event happening at my kid's school, just the other day with Michael, I went to go read a book in his class.
Yeah.
It took 15 minutes.
Right.
So it took 10 minutes to get there, 15 minutes to read the book, 10 minutes to come back. So that's a 45-minute scenario.
Right.
Which, if that was in New York, it would take me at least a day, a half a day.
Right.
Which I enjoy, and I also coach their sporting events, baseball and volunteer. So it's fun to have that extra time rather than spending it commuting, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
I enjoy it a lot.
excellent. Well,
Yeah.
we're glad to have you.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Aegis Capital and it's financial planning,
Correct.
wealth management.
Yeah, financial and wealth planning.
Yeah.
So Aegis Capital is a full-service financial and planning firm. And, we do the whole from financial and wealth planning all the way to investment banking. It started in 1980s, and we have about 400 advisors across the East Coast.
Really?
Myself in particular, I'm the managing director there, executive managing director, and I help run the wealth management division. And I'm also a chartered financial analyst and a certified financial planner. So as a result, I do have private clients that I manage.
Okay.
And it's a lot of work, but it's fun.
Yeah. And what is the most common advice you give to your clients, would you say?
I usually utilize a quote from Benjamin Graham, who's considered to be the father of financial analysis. And he said, an individual investor should act as an investor, not as a speculator.
Okay.
So for us, success is not about owning the hottest stock or mutual fund. It's about creating a plan, a roadmap, and sticking to it, and not letting those outside influences pull you from that plan. And actually, I like to use another quote from Warren Buffett, who was taught by Benjamin Graham, and he says, we don't have to be smarter than everyone else. We have to be more disciplined than everyone else.
Okay. And so you help your clients, I'm assuming, not to panic when those outside forces are looking really bad.
That's part of what I do.
A little bit of hand-holding.
That is true.
Yeah.
But look, it's necessary. In anything, you need to make sure that people understand, that they're educated, right? Because most of the times they just don't understand, and that's fine, because that's not their business.
Right.
So my job is to help them understand what's going on, be educated, and then they can make better decisions rather than emotional decisions.
Yeah, and so that, I'm assuming, would be one of the biggest benefits to not trying to do it on your own, but to hire somebody like your firm to do it.
That's correct. That's part of it. And also part of it is understanding all of the aspects, because when you're doing financial and wealth planning, there's insurance involved, investments, retirement, quite a few things. So for us, it's about putting all that together and simplifying it for the investor or the client that we have.
Right, and making sure they're not missing some big piece.
Yeah, because they often will.
Sure.
Oftentimes, if we find some gaps in their plan, we'll help to close those gaps, and this way they don't feel as if in the future something could happen that they didn't anticipate.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being with us today to share about yourself and about Aegis Capital. And of course, remember Modern Barn too, right?
Always.
Always. And we'll be right back on Talk of the Town.